Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 7.4.6 Paradox Paths. This is the first one that is going to be Entropic Generator, Quantum Invasion and Power Alternator with a Kinetic Instigator. Now with Quantum Invasion is the defender is unblockable unless you have 3 or more Paradox charges on you, and the way you gain Paradox charges is you knock down the opponent, you get 1 charge, but if you use a combo ending with the 4th light attack, you're going to reduce 1 of your charges. Now to help you with that, there's also going to be Kinetic Instigator, so the opponent or you will generate power when you will hit the opponent in a block. There's also, apart from that, Entropic Generator, so the attacker gains 20% offensive combat power rate for each Paradox charge. So for every Paradox charge, you will have 20% more power whenever you will hit the opponent. Now the path is going to start with Diablo and end with Antivenom. So the best champs here are going to be your stun lockers, so you can use champions like Hercules, you can use champions like Immortal Hulk with their SP2s, also the champions with guaranteed stun on SP1 lock like Ronan, and also Spider-Man, Stark, Enhance and Ultron also work. You can also use SP evaders like Miles and also Spider-Gwen. Doom is good here, Quake is good here, Prettify champions and also power gain champions. I will discuss all of them in the video and give you different options. The boss is going to be a Kang and the slipstream is going to be with Bleed. More on it later, and this is my comparison between suicide and non-suicide setup. I am going to run a non-suicide setup for 7.4.6. You can choose to run the other one as well. So let's jump into the video, lots to unpack, and before we do, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications and like the video as well. Now the first fight is going to be against the Diablo. Now you will notice that he is unblockable, so all I'm trying to do is to hit him in his block and I gain 1 bar of power. As soon as I get it, I will find an opening when he will rush into me and I will throw my SP1 and I will knock him down. Now the good part of Hulk, there is also a chance that he can stun the opponent on an SP1 as well. So if he does that, so you will knock him down once with an SP1 and then he will get stunned. And while he's stunned, the opponent, you can throw another heavy attack, and so you can get 2 charges in quick succession. Now the thing here is you have to work towards your 10 Paradox charges. Once you have 10 charges, you can easily stun lock the opponent. If you're going to use champions like Ronan or Spider-Man, Stark, Enhance, you just need SP1s. If you're going to use champions like Hercules and also Immortal Hulk, you need SP2. So simply heavy and then medium, light. So you will remove 1 Paradox, then you will use an SP2 that will stun and knock down the opponent. You will get a Paradox charges back. So you will oscillate between 9 and 10, so that will work really well. Apart from that, some other champions that work here well are going to be your Quake, or you're going to be your Petrify champions, or Void, Antivenom, Mr. Fantastic. All of those champions work as well. Doom is also a good option because once at 10 you are at 10 Paradox charges, it gets SP3 very fast, so you can use it as well, whichever way you like. I am going to show different options. This one has a stun locker, next one will be a different one with a power gain champion. Now the next fight I'm going to do with Hyperion. The reason to bring in Hyperion is if you're not comfortable hitting the opponent in their block, you can also always get power gain champions. So somebody like Modo, somebody like Hyperion, or even Vision Arcus, and you can just throw a special attack and that will knock down the opponent, and then you can easily get 3 charges on you. And once you have 3 charges, the unblockable will go away, and after that all you need to do is to build up to 5 or 6 Paradox charges depending on the champion you're using. Hyperion works well with 5 or 6 charges, and then you have to use medium, light and into a special attack. So the 4th light will remove 1 Paradox charge. When you use a special attack, that will also give you 1 Paradox, so you can just oscillate between them. The only thing you need to take care about here is never push your own champion to SP3, otherwise if the power alternator node activates, it will give an SP3 to the opponent and you might die instantly. So that's the only one thing you have to care about when you use power gain champions, but apart from that, this is also a solid strategy that can work for you. Now next up is going to be an America Chavez. Now I am not really a good player against her. I hate her SP2, and also her rotation from where she can do return damage is also very annoying. So make sure you understand how to fight America Chavez. Now I would suggest the best way is to just stun lock her. Like if you have Immortal Hulk or Spider-Man Stark and Dancer, Ronin or Ultron, the champion you made your charges in the first fight, those charges on Paradox are going to be carried over, so you don't need to worry about knocking her down again. I'm just trying to show different options. That's why I'm bringing in different champion for each fight. You can totally bring one champion and do the whole path with that. Just unlock the whole path and that will work for you. But just in the name of the guide, I am going to use the Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now the reason here is that the special attacks are going to be unblockable from America Chavez, and Spider-Man Miles is amazing against that. I'm slowly building up my missions and also my Paradox, so you will see that I am almost able to kill her till 1%, but then I die. I'm not the best player at all, so I rarely play Spider-Man Miles, but I thought it would be a good place to show that some niche champions like Quake can work, or Spider-Man Miles Morales can work. So if you have those and you love playing with them, this is a good path to bring them on. Now next up is going to be a red goblin. Now here I'm going to use my Immortal Hulk. Now you will notice that I already have built up Paradox, so I don't need to worry about the parry and everything. So all I'm going to do is to throw that SP2, and once he is stunned I will go back in medium again, medium, light, and I should be able to have a special. Now again, I am not really a good player with Immortal Hulk, so I am still trying to learn. So just here SP2, I think now it's where I get the rotation right. So medium, then medium, light, remove one Paradox, throw SP2, that will knock him down and you will get back the Paradox, and then repeat that. If you feel like you will not be able to fill up your power, you can use two mediums and then go medium, light, and a stun, so that also works for you. But remember, keep an eye on the Paradox, that is very important. Make sure to finish your combo with a light attack, so you can remove one Paradox and then you can knock down the opponent with an SP2, and you should be able to power lock the opponent to death. You can use the same technique with other champions as well. If you don't have them, petrified champions are also a good option. Now this is the probably most annoying fight of the path. Now this is going to be a Mephisto. Now there is going to be a power gain on him a lot because of his aura, and also he has Incinerate. So you need champions that are Incinerate immune first and foremost, and then I would highly suggest you to bring in champions that have Petrify on them, because when the power alternative timer will be up, even though he is supposed to gain power, the Petrify will stop it or either reverse it. In Void's case, it will be reversed totally because of too many Petrifies. So in the same regard, you can use Mr. Fantastic, just parry and heavy. You can also use Antivenom. Also a very popular option is Torch, but you have to take care about the power. Or you can just go in the corner and just Quake for days. That also works for you. So there are different champions that can work against Mephisto. What I usually like to do is to have less to think about during a fight. So if I am going to go against Mephisto, I will make sure I take a champion that is going to be immune to Incinerate, so I don't have to worry about that. So for example, Void. Now my only concern here was to always just throw special before the timer for power alternative is over, so I don't have any power, so Mephisto does not gain extra power, and Red should take care of itself with all the fear of the Void and all the extra debuff. So that worked out really well, and I was able to kill Mephisto very easily. So these are some good options you can bring to kill him off. And the final champion before the boss is going to be an Antivenom. Again, you can use other champions as well. I'm just going to use the stun lock technique because I was really enjoying playing with Hulk Immortal, because I'm not really good at him and this nodes were making me look like a champ. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it to my advantage and just throw those SP2s and kill off the opponent very fast. Again, all different champions work, your stun lockers work, your petrify champions work, champions that can intercept. One really good shout out here is to Elsa Bloodstone, because you can use her parry to intercept the opponent, and then if Antivenom is going to place a non-damaging debuff on you, that will be purified by Elsa and that will be converted into critical. So that is also a good champion for this particular fight against Antivenom. So I hope this helps, guys, and I will see you at the boss fight. Now this is a quick synopsis of how you beat Kang. So your slipstream charges, parry, heavy attack, intercept and special attack will do most of the work. And once you have 10 slipstream charges, Kang is going to be wounded. That's going to be different in different phase. If you want to see it in more detail and you understand it more, check my easy path video on 7.4.6. Just go on Google and write 7.4.6 MCOC noob and the video will come up with easy path in which I go through this in all of detail. So please check that out. And for this video, I'm just going to talk about it normally, fight by fight, by section by section. So let's jump right into it. I am going to use a human torch. He's a favorite of mine against Kang. I'm going to take the pre-fight ability, and now the first phase is all about using parry and heavy for those slipstream charges. Now I like using a parry, but I wasn't able to in the beginning, so I'm waiting for that there is and counter, and I get another charge on me. So now slowly I'm gonna let him either hit me or either do a heavy attack on me, and that way I can get another slipstream charge and can go back to just parry him. The first phase is pretty simple and straightforward. You don't need to intercept the opponent. All you need to do is first get parry and take that slipstream, and then let him hit into your block, and then throw a heavy, take the second slipstream, and you can just keep going back and forth unless he gets an SP1, and then you have to go back. So simple phase, try to get to 10, and the more buffs you have, the more unique buffs, the more extra damage Kang will take. So if you can have to use Odin pre-fight ability, now would be a good chance. But with Human Torch, you will slowly build smolders, and they will do their job at the end, even in phase 3 and 4. So I hope that helps. I'll see you on phase 2. Now in phase 2, nothing much has changed. Only the one thing that changes is the speed of the counter attack he does to you. So for example, if I use a attack here, it will either be a regular speed or a slow-mo speed, or that is going to be a fast forward speed. So just be careful about that, and the timing to evade will be a little tricky in the beginning, but you will get used to it. So again, the biggest takeaway here is you don't have to learn every single slipstream charge. Just keep alternating between any two of your choice. I like to alternate between parry and also him using a heavy attack. Makes it easier. I don't have to intercept and put my champ into trouble if he retaliates on the intercept. That is a lot of damage for me, and you need to save up all the HP you can. So phase 1 and phase 2 should be very straightforward. Only thing will be different here is the speed at which he will throw the projectiles from his specials. So we just need to take care about that, and that's about it, guys. Now the fun starts at phase 3. So now whenever slipstream charge you will use, you cannot use that you used the last 2 times. So I've already used the parry. I'm gonna use a counter attack now. Now I cannot use a parry and a counter attack. I can only either give him a SP1, or I can just go against a heavy attack just like that, and there you go. Now if you look at the top corner, there's no stun there, so I can stun the opponent now. So that's, you have to keep looking after the charges, which one is what, and then you should be ready to retaliate that, and you should be doing good. Pretty understandable and easy fight once you get it, but other than that, it is a nightmare for if you don't understand how to manage through the different phases of Kang. And the final phase is the most fun one. Not only you have to take care about what charges he has or what slipstream charges you've already used, also his SP1 goes into different speeds, so either fast forward, regular or slow motion, and also his speed at which he retaliates from the beam also changes, so you need to keep an eye out on that. So once you have that down, again you have 10 slipstream charges. By this time you should be able to easily get through this slipstream charges build up. The only problem here is that the fast forward that he throws on SP1, I am not able to still evade it. If somebody knows, let me know how, but I like to block the first two instances of that hit, and then third one I will take it up on me and get the slipstream charge. So I hope that made sense. Apart from that, any speed the special comes in slow motion or regular, I can easily dex and you can go back in. But remember, you don't always have to dex. You can always just block the last hit and just go back in into Kang, so that also works. So again, my suggested slipstream openings is when you come into the fight, look for a parry. Once you have the parry, then let them throw a heavy attack, look for that, and then look for an intercept and or a special attack, whichever is available at Kang. And in this way you will easily have 10 slipstream charges and you can just go on and lay into him. In phase 4 it will be more helpful to bring in champions who have different debuffs, especially non-damaging debuffs. They will be quite helpful as well to finish off Kang. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful and you found all the tips and tricks. If you did, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. And apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.